Yes. Good evening, Fight Fan TV fans. My name is Danny Fight Fan FFTV, and we've got Mr. Fight Fan TV, and today we've got our special guest, the Romford Bull, Johnny Fisher. How's it going, man?
Evening, Dan. Evening, Mr. Fight Fan TV.
What's going on, mate? You alright?
Hope you're good. Hope you're having a good evening.
Yeah, mate, it's alright. Yeah. Can't complain. Lockdown,
Yeah,
innit?
just getting through it. We're
Yeah.
hopefully near the end of it now, so we've got a couple of months, I reckon, and we'll start lifting things, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. But yeah, where we're gonna start? Obviously, you're still relatively a bit still young. You're 21. Just been signed with Matchroom. You're managed by Sam Jones, trained with Mark Tibbs. Let's start off the amateur background. I see that did you only have 10 amateur fights, or was it more than that?
Yeah, I had 10. I had 4 as a senior, and then 4 years before I started as a senior, I had a little bit of a junior career. So I was London champion as a junior. And in between that, I was playing rugby, really. That's what I was doing.
Oh, my days. Didn't I say that? Didn't I say?
Yeah.
This is me.
You said you look like a rugby player.
Yeah, well, it's the best up face, you can tell, can't
you?
you?
Yeah, so you got the power, mate, because you knocked out 9 of your amateur opponents.
This is what people said. I've knocked 9 out of 10. I only had 4 senior fights. So I knocked out of 3 out of 4 of them. And then the others I boxed 6 as a junior. So someone's got messed up along the line. I think IFL put it on that I've had 9 stoppage wins. But if I carried on as a senior, I probably would have got to that because I had a lot of power in them fights. But listen, I had a good short amateur career. But I think I've done the right thing turning pro now, especially with everything that's going on with the amateur boxing. And I've got most of my experience through sparring the pros like Dave Allen, Joe Joyce, Hughie Fury, Fabio. So I've sparred with some good guys, and I think that's set me up well for turning professional now.
Yeah. So is that what made you want to go pro? Because obviously, like I said, you're 21. You know, you're still young. You're not that old. You're not old at all. Actually, what we're talking about. What made you want to go pro?
Yeah. So I've just come out. I was studying at Exeter Uni. I studied history, and I just come out of university after being in training camp with Joe Joyce in Vegas for when the Dubois fight was meant to happen in April time last year. And then and then Sam offered me to turn professional sort of June, July time. And it was either go to work in an uncertain environment and get a job, which we don't really know what's going on, or I can have a go at the boxing. And I had the backing of a degree, and I had that under my belt. So I thought I might as well give it a go, whether it lasts a few years, if it lasts 10 years. Who knows? But I've got to give it a go while I've got the chance.
Yeah, this is why you should never judge a book by its cover, mate, because I'd never thought you had a degree, mate. I'll be honest. You know what I'm saying?
You got a 2.1, ain't you?
When I do say it, they'll say I've got a sports science degree or something like that, which is still a great degree to have.
Yeah. But history, that's a serious degree, you know, mate.
There's lots of reasons. I was doing my dissertation after sparring Joe Joyce in Las Vegas in the villa in the house we were staying at, so it was difficult to get it done. But I was getting it done.
Yeah, because I see you got a 2.1, so yeah, that's a good grade to have, man.
Yeah,
well done.
I was on track for it first. I spoke to my university and they said, if you go on this training camp, you're probably going to sacrifice that first class degree. But I thought the 2.1 still gives me access to all the jobs and stuff. So why not take a chance?
Yeah, definitely. So
what club did you used to box for then, by the way, when you was doing the amateur?
New City Boxing. And I boxed for Exeter Uni Amateur Boxing Club. So I had a couple of fights for them. Then I had one with two with New City Boxing. So literally, I was playing rugby at uni, and then the second year I started boxing again. And it just literally within a 6-month, 12-month period, I was sparring Joe Joyce and Dave Allen, and it just sort of the amateur side of it happened. But I was already had one eye on turning professional because I had that. I've always boxed since I was about 6 or 7, so I've got that sort of that ring awareness. But I think rather than me try and learn to be an amateur, a good, successful amateur, I might as well start as a professional and learn and start that from there and just build that experience up as I go.
Obviously, you're trained by Mark Tibbs. How did that link up come about?
Yeah, so Sam Jones, my manager, said, I already knew about Mark Tibbs. I've seen him about, and obviously we know him as a great trainer. His dad was a superb trainer. Saw him working with Dillian White before, obviously, and thought he'd done a great job. And Sam said, why not link up with Mark Tibbs? And he's only 10, 15 minutes from where I am, the gym's based. So It was a great link up. I went there on the first day and we sort of said from there, Mark was impressed with me and pleased with me. And we've been building and improving ever since. I've still got loads and loads to work on, but with Mark Tibbs training me, I couldn't ask for a better trainer.
Yeah, definitely valuable experience with Jimmy as well, his dad. So yeah, I reckon that was a good move for you.
Yeah. So with the name, I love the alias name, the Romford Bull. Where did that come from? Because that sounds like a proper hard man's pub type name.
Yeah. Well, I'm obviously proud of where I'm from in Romford, in Essex, East London, Essex way, and I've got a great support network around here. So we wanted to include the name in some way. And what my dad done, my dad's a great supporter of me as well, and he makes polls on Twitter and said, "Here's a few different nicknames," and the Romford Bull was one of the most popular ones. And I thought, yeah, that's got a good ring to it. And the way I fight, sometimes I can fight a bit hot-headed, but I've got that out of my system a bit now, and I'm just aggressive with my style. So it's a good name. I think it will suit me, hopefully, as I move forward.
Yeah, and you got the red T-shirt on. So.
Yeah, don't let me see red. I'll go charging.
You're a Hammers fan?
No, I'm not a West Ham fan. I'm not. It's my local team. It's where I'm from, but I'm not a massive football fan, to be honest with you. I've got a bit of affiliation with Leighton Orient. My dad played for Leighton Orient as a reserve footballer. I was in their academy. Other than that, I'm not.
So who's your rugby team then?
Gone off now. Can you see me?
Yeah.
What's your rugby team then? Because I assume you've got a rugby team you support at least.
Well, I played for Exeter, and Exeter Chiefs is the team that they fed into, and they're the Premiership champions. And I followed them, and there's a great support network down there. So when I played at Exeter, you play for the first team of uni, and then from there you can get fed into other Championship clubs or Premiership clubs. So there's a great pathway there. That's one good thing about university sport with rugby. Unlike football and other sports, it's built into the education system as well. So you've got the chance to get a degree and then play a good high level sport at the same time. So I had some great times playing down there. I was never as good as these top boys, but I mixed it with some of them, and I gained a lot of valuable experience, especially for boxing. The battle hardening it does on you and the physicality. That was my key strength, being physical and strong, and it's really helped me.
Yeah, because what it is, that sounds a bit like the American system, how they've got the scholarship with the university where they've got the basketball and the NFL. It does the and then as you're saying, we're just built with the strength. You on the inside, you're not going to be a man you could push back, because once you get in the trenches in that scrum position, you're going to be boring forward.
I'm used to that pushing and pulling about, and as you said, it's a great system the way it does work at university, similar to the American system, but it's definitely improved my physicality over the last 2-3 years.
So the Sam Jones link up, how did that come back? Was it because you were sparring Joy Joyce and?
So it was quite crazy, really. When I was at university, I just messaged him on Instagram and said, "Do you need any sparring for Joe?" Because he put up a thing and needed it. And at that point, I'd only had one fight, I think, at the time. And he said, "Yeah,
one amateur fight."
Yeah, one senior amateur fight.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I was doing. And he said to me, "Yeah, come up." And I'd done well. I held my own, considering I had zero experience. And he asked me back again, and then we came back again, and then I got invited out to Vegas from there, and I've given Joe good rounds, and I've got to thank Joe because he's really helped me improve as well. He's a really nice guy, and it was really good for him to give me that opportunity when I had literally nothing behind
me. Obviously, you sparred Joe Joyce. You said you sparred Dave Allen as well, right?
Yeah, Dave Allen, Huey Fury, Cash Ali, Wardley.
Cash Ali. So like when you turn over, like obviously I know you ain't had no fights, he's 0 bouts. Like what direction we heading at? We trying to fast track, because guys come in the game like Joe Joyce, they've been fast tracked. Obviously he's had a vast amateur experience. You just trying to start fighting some journeymen and ease your way in.
Yeah. So my first fight was against Matt Gordon, and Matt Gordon, he's fought his last 3 fights. He fought people on their debuts, I believe. And he'd be a good first test for me, because although he's not regarded as he's one of these up and coming British challengers, he's still a tough man. And whoever you're going to fight in the heavyweight division, it's going to be tough to break them down, because everyone can punch and everyone's strong. And for me, I'm not an Olympic champion or an Olympic silver medalist like Joe or a great ABA champion. I've got to have them learning fights, and it's about me honing my own skills and developing my own style. And that doesn't mean I'm going to have easy fights, because if you're boxing on Matchroom and Sky Sports, it's a pressure environment. and so every fight's going to be tough. But I'm going to do my best, and hopefully Sam Jones, Adam Morley, and Eddie Hearn guide me correctly.
Yeah. So what's your stature like? How tall are you, and
That's
roughly
what I was
what's the
thinking. Yeah. That's what I was. I was gonna think. Yeah. What's your optimum weight? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 6'4", 6'5" at the minute. I'm about 6'4.5", just under 6'5". I think I'm 6'5" on my stats, and I'm weighing 17 stone 7 at the minute. So I'm quite big for a young heavyweight, because you've got a lot of guys coming through now who are under 16 stone. Some are under 16 and some are about 16 stone. So I've got a good bit of weight behind me. But the one thing I don't want to lose is my agility. I'm quite agile for a big heavyweight. So that's going to be one of the fundamentals that Mark Tibbs is going to bring through with me.
Yeah, because guys like talking about like 16 stone guys like Fabio Wardley is coming through. He's like 16 stone. Yeah. So I know what you mean. Like the new crop of heavyweights coming through. I'm a bit more slim and a bit more slim agility tender. And I know what you mean, but obviously you're saying you're a big guy and like you still can move quick across the ring and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't want to sacrifice being, because before, when I trained, if I was going back a year, I was training to be strong and big. But the thing is, every heavyweight's strong and big. If you're over 15 stone anyway, you're going to be a strong man. And I've already got that foundation of strength, so I don't need to worry too much about that. What I've focused on the last sort of 6 months being with Mark is honing in on them boxing skills, because you can be strong and be dominant like that, but that doesn't mean you're going to use your skills correctly. So it's about building that base of knowledge and that ring IQ at the same time.
Because you've got guys, as you said, what's his name, Fabio Wardley, David Adelade. They're quite light, and as you said, you're 21, so even you'll still be filling out as a young heavyweight. As we know, heavyweights they mature later on, so your full man strength will be kicking in about when you're about 30. So
yeah, I'm still growing.
So you've got
still growing, but still maturing. My body shape and my body type was, when I hit 24, 25, you start becoming more of a man. And then, as you said, 28, 29, 30, you sort of got your full man strength. So I'm still maturing, I'm still developing. And there might be times where we think, hang on, we might be putting on too much weight, or we want to put on a bit more weight. But it all depends on your opponent as well as you move forward, isn't
it? Obviously, announced, I think it was last week or might have been 2 weeks ago, you signed with Matchroom. Obviously, there's other promoters in the game, as we're all aware. Frank Warren. I know Sam Jones does some business with Frank Warren, with Joy Joyce, I believe. But was that like whose decision was it for you to sign with Matchroom? And like, have you met Eddie Hearn and stuff? And how did that come about?
But I actually signed with Sam back in August, and then September I signed with Matchroom. So I've been signed with Matchroom for quite a long time.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I only got my fight announced because of coronavirus and getting my license done and everything. It wasn't announced until about a week ago on the Avanesi and Josh Kelly card. So it was Sam. We was looking at a few options for promoters. I had 2 or 3 different options, and we thought, when we got offered that Matchroom and Eddie Hearn, they gave me a good deal, and it was the best platform. And I'm not going to sit about and wait, and I'm going to give myself the best chance to make a good impression on people. I know I've got a lot to learn and a lot of experience to gain, but why not do that on the biggest platform if it's offered to
you?
Yeah. Yes. What it is, I've been seeing your name floating about for about 5 months, so it's no surprise, as you said, we were Sam for since August last year. So I saw your name floating about. I was wondering, what's he going to do? Okay, see, he's a big heavyweight. I wonder who he's going to sign with. He's going to turn pro, or is he going to? Because as you said, with the amateur system right now, even with the Olympic lot, they haven't got no Olympic going. So a lot of them are going to have to just turn over, because otherwise you're just going to waste another 4 years or whatever it is. So
it's a combination of all them things. The amateur boxing being postponed, and my degree just finishing. It was a good sort of then crossroads in my life where I could give the boxing a good try for a couple of years and see what I can make of it. I might get to an English title, a British title, a European title, a world title. I don't know how far I can go exactly, but my aim is to get to the top, and that's what every boxer who's in boxing wants, to get somewhere near there when they first start out. So I'll see how far I can go.
Obviously, all boxers, you can't say you ain't got an eye on somebody who you might think you want to fight in the future or the near future. Obviously, like, who would you say is like somebody you're working towards? I'd say if you could pick up heavyweight, you'd ideally want to box in the near future? Who would it be?
There's loads of great names out there to fight. I'm thinking like 3 years down the line. You've got other prospects who are coming up who we're all going to clash at some point. David Adelaide, Fabio Wardley. I know Fabio's probably that level above, and David Adelaide in a minute, because they've had 4 or 5 fights. Fabio's 11-0, but these are the guys I've got to be chasing. So I don't know who it could be and when it could be, but whoever it is, when it's the right time, and I've got them fights under my belt, I've got to clash with all of them, and I won't be afraid to do it.
Right.
So, growing up, did you watch boxing at all? And if you so, who was your main idols and people you looked up to in the boxing game?
Lennox Lewis is my favourite boxer of all time. He's my favourite. I watched him. The use of the jab and being a boxer puncher, I think it's a great asset to have, being able to knock people out but be a great boxing mind at the same time. And there's so many great ones. I was talking about this earlier, actually. There's so many good ones. Larry Holmes is another one I used to like watching. I'll try and make use of my jab. So I look at guys who've got really solid jabs. I like Evander Holyfield as well. Them old school 1980s, 1990s fighters. I think that was a great era. I prefer my heavyweight boxing, if I'm being honest, but I like ones like Thomas Hearns as well. Henry Cooper, heavyweight, another one I like watching. So there's loads of great guys out there to watch, but Lennox Lewis is the main one for me.
Yeah. What about in this new era? Who'd you say? Who's your favourite boxer of the new era?
I think Tyson Fury is the man, if I'm being honest with you. I think he's the man to beat. But I'm looking forward to the Fury Joshua fight when that gets made, because Joshua is a great champion as well. He's dedicated to his sport, and he's come back from defeat, and he's now back on top as well. And when that fight gets made, it's going to be a great fight for British boxing, and everyone wants to see it now. We're just waiting, aren't we?
Yeah, the whole world's waiting, aren't we?
Yeah.
So who'd you pick out of the fight if you had to pick a winner? Who'd you lean towards?
I'd lean towards Tyson Fury. I think for his sheer size, his agility, and his mental state as well. When he's in a good place, his mental strength is something to behold. But that doesn't mean I'm writing Anthony Joshua off, because he's got immense power and he's got a great boxing brain as well. He's an Olympic gold medalist, so can't write someone off who's a champion like that either. But for me, I think it'd be a Tyson Fury win.
By stoppage or points? Or
I think it could be a late stoppage or points victory, yeah. If it's going to be a stoppage, I think it would be a Fury stoppage rounds 9 to 12.
Yeah. I'll note that down. Get my punt on when that fight's made.
No, don't ask me for betting.
So, are you in camp right now? So, are you training as we speak in the quarantine period?
Yeah, I sparred today. I've got sparring lined up with Fabio on Friday. I sparred Fabio once or twice before, but he's good. I'm fighting a southpaw, but we're getting bits of southpaw sparring in. But I think just getting that sparring in anyway is good. It's good to build the ring fitness up. We're in them sort of 3-4 weeks before the fight now, so it's just sparring 3 times a week and building everything around that. That's when it all kicks in.
Yeah.
How is Mark? Go on, Danny.
So hopefully, fights are you looking to possibly have this year with your first season as a pro?
I've been speaking to Sam about this, and he said Eddie wants to get me out sort of every other month. So I've got a few fights on my contract. So I'm looking to be as busy as possible, because that's how I'm going to build my experience up. Rather than have that huge amateur background, I've got to have that sort of year or 2 years building the ring experience up, getting to gel with Mark, fighting in front of what there is of crowds, or on a professional stage with the cameras on. So it's going to be a good busy period, hopefully.
Yeah, that's good. You look to do your learning in the pros.
Definitely, yeah.
As the gym though, you got Billy Joe, you got you. What other boxers you got in the gym? Or was it just you? It's not
Billy Joe. We've got Billy Joe, Charlie Duffield, James Hawley, Harvey Horn, John Hedges is another SJM boy. We've got Romeo Romeo, who's a good lightweight, who's not up at the minute, but he's on Mark's books, and he's a great talent. We've got another guy called Finn James as well, who's an amateur, the West Ham captain. He trains with us. And
the West Ham captain. Who's the West Ham captain again?
Junior West Ham captain is. He's only a junior.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. But he's a great buzz at the gym. We're all good friends. And Louis Edmondson, obviously Billy Joe, is managed by Billy Joe. He's up there a lot as well. and it's been a great buzz. We've all become good mates. We spent some time in Fuerteventura together when we was out in Billy Joe's camp. And we've all gelled well, and we all get on really well.
All right, so yeah, so you got a thriving gym, and everyone's pushing each other. Is that kind of atmosphere you like?
Pushing each other on.
Yeah.
That's a good thing about boxers, really. What I've noticed between other sports as well, football and rugby, you've got some great people in them sports as well. But boxing, most people are humble and they know how hard it is, and they help each other. And there's no egos when it comes to training and fighting. People know what it's about, and everyone has respect for each other for what they're doing.
So I see you said you got that Romeo Romeo's in your gym, because I know of him. He used to box. He had quite a few bouts, and then he sort of went off the radar, so we didn't know where he'd gone to. So it's good to hear that he's back in the gym.
Yeah, because I used to see him in the jungle carrying logs and stuff, and then he just went missing.
we were running one morning over Hainault Forest, right? Me and a few of the boys. And we was meeting Romeo over there, and he was walking. We thought, who the hell's that guy? He's got massive boots on. He looked like Rambo. And he had a big sack over his shoulder. He said, I just slept in the forest tonight. And I was like, Jesus.
What? Well, he said he camped out in the forest.
Yeah, he slept in the forest. I thought it was like Rambo First Blood. I thought he was going to...
Hey, oh my God. That's got to be gym bag. That's gym bag automatic.
I believe him. That's the thing, because like I used to see him on the gram, and he was always doing training in the forest. That's what I'm saying. Like, so I actually believe you. Like,
I believe you.
About Romeo. Romeo can definitely fight. He's a great fighter. I think he's 10-0. He's a great force. And when he's switched on and when he's back in the gym, he's going to be a force. I'm telling you.
Yeah, because he was touted to do big things. Then I don't know whatever happen, but he stopped boxing. But yeah, it's good to see him back. Definitely.
He's back.
Yeah.
Back in,
so I remember him
for a couple of weeks, but he's coming back into it now. He's got Mark as his trainer, so he'll get him in a good fights.
Yeah, I remember him as a kid when he was about 11 years old. I think he was like his first or second bout, and he was like the henchiest 11-year-old I've ever seen in my life. He had he had six pack and chest and shoulders and everything. So his dad proper had him on a mad regime. So yeah,
he's tough. He's very tough, and he trains hard when he's in the gym. So I'll give him a good chance, and he's a good man as well. He's very, very nice and polite to us all when we're in the gym. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, definitely. So, the Run for Bull debut coming on. Is it what's February the? No.
20th of February.
Yeah, February on the Avenice and Josh Kelly card. Let the fight fans know what we're expecting from you.
Listen, I told you I'm raw and I've got power and I've got potential. And my aim is to get a good job done and get the stoppage win. That's my aim, and that's what everyone's going to expect that. But I'm going to stay relaxed and I'm not going to rush, and hopefully that will bring a good victory for me.
I'd like to hear. So would you like to give the fight fans your social medias so they can make sure that they tune in to follow your journey?
So follow me on Instagram, it's Johnny Fisher 1, and on Twitter it's Johnny Fisher Boxing. And I'm just going to do a quick shout out to some of my sponsors, if that's okay.
Yeah, go on, mate.
I've got my day one sponsors, MKA Recruit. I've got Oda Essex, the Steel Team, Essex Fire and Essex Thermal Services. I've got Versaforma, Gimme Golf, VIP HQ Essex, Origin Gym Essex, Avelli Kitchen, the Rabbits Essex, Chauffeur Me Travel, JW Physio, and Essex Ventilation Services. I thank them all for all their support and the great support network I've got around me. I really appreciate their help.
Oh, me, the older business in Essex sponsoring you, mate. yeah, they want to see you win. They want to see you win, mate. I love it.
No, when the crowd come back, this guy is selling out places. He's doing 500 tickets easy.
Easy now, mate.
I've got great bit of support, and I'm really grateful for it. Listen.
No, mate, that's good because you'll be able to keep your nut down and definitely train hard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
definitely. It's given me the opportunity now to really give it my best, and there's no excuses now.
Yeah, definitely.
Get where we get to.
Oh, mate, yeah, but
the catalogue of sponsorship for it.
We're just trying to get one.
We will keep going, and you will.
No, we appreciate that, mate. But I lovely having you on the channel, mate, and hopefully this is the first of many interviews.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
And, we'll speak again soon whenever you want.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
Anything?
after your debut, we'll do a catch up. We'll do a catch up straight after your debut, man.
Yeah, definitely. Whenever you want,
Yeah?
I'll do one. It's no
Oh,
problem.
appreciate you, Johnny, man. But good luck on your debut, man, and I know you're going to bring it home, mate. And
yeah, thanks,
we look
mate.
forward to you making waves in the heavyweight division.
Let's do it. But anyway, good to speak to you. Have a good evening, yeah?
See you later, mate.
See you later. Bye.
Peace.
Bye.